Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is ARTFX and we're back with another PhasePlant sound design video. Today I want to do a slightly different one compared to the usual sound design videos that I do. Today we're not going to make any bass. Today I'm going to show you how you can make interesting cinematic-ish intro kind of sounds based on samples. So what we're going to make today is going to sound a little something like this. So it's very easy. All you need is one or two or a couple of different samples that you know the key of. So they need to be in a single key, so a single pitch. So for instance, C2 or F3 or, you know, just a single pitch, a single note. And you need those, and then you can put them into PhasePlant and use PhasePlant's sampling feature to make interesting patches. So that is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to load up the sampler. Let's start with that. So I'm going to load up the sampler, and I already prepared this, so I have a bunch of files here that I can throw into the sampler, and automatically it will map to the key of C, because I made these samples in the key of C. So for instance, I have that. Let's drag that into the sampler. And now it already maps it to C4, so if I press a C note, I'm also going to get a C. And now I can play a melody with it. Now, there's one thing that I really want to bring up first, and that is the release time, because I don't want to have to keep holding down notes. I just want to be able to play stuff. Like that. So, now let's see what we can do with this. Now, maybe I want to put in another sampler. So let's put another sampler in here, and I'm gonna do this one, and let's just try a different sample. Maybe that one could be cool. So I'm just gonna put that in here, and it's also gonna map to C4. So let's see what this sounds like now. But that already sounds quite cool. Now let's do some effects to here. Maybe we can add another layer. Let's do another synth layer as well. Let's up this one with the amount of voices, give it a good amount of spread, and let's turn this one into kind of like a plucky shape. Let's do it at the start, and then let's add a filter to it. And I'm going to create like a plucky shape on the filter. So we need an envelope for that. Make a nice envelope like this, and let's assign that to the cutoff. Okay, and let's listen to just the sample layer, or the synth layer. Okay, let's bring this up a little bit more. And let's play with this length here. That's kind of cool. So let's bring the samples back. And I might want to make this one higher pitch. So let's see if I bring this to C3. Interesting. Let's bring this one down an octave. Better. And let's just start processing this. So I'm going to add a little bit of reverb here. That's the first thing I want to add. And I might also want to add a bit of delay as well. Let's do a sync delay. A little bit of feedback. Mix down quite a bit. Could bring the dock up maybe, but Okay, that sounds kind of cool. Now, maybe not the delay, I'm not a big fan of that. So, let's just try and do a little bit of FM, because we can use these to do FM on other layers. So, for instance, I could use this analog saw wave, which is detuned, and I could use that to FM something on the samplers. So, for instance, I can click the plus icon here, and maybe I can FM the shift here on this sample. Let's see what that does. Let's try something more. Now we are using the saw wave to FM this one. Let's try FMing this one with, or no, let's try using the second sample here, so the first sample, and let's try and use that to modulate something on the second sample. So maybe the phase. That's starting to sound proper nasty. So that's good. I like that. This is literally just 3 oscillators and a filter and then a reverb. That's basically it. And we already have a pretty interesting sound that we could play with. Now, maybe I want to add something else. So let's add another group. And let's try adding some kind of a pad kind of layer to this. So I could start with a wavetable, maybe. That could be nice. And let's try one of these saw wavetables. Doesn't really matter which one we're gonna pick. Really doesn't matter. Give it a bit of unison, give it a bit of width, give it a bit of spread. And I should turn this one off and also create an output, of course, otherwise we won't hear it. Let's send this to lane 2, and I'm gonna send effect lane 1 here. I'm gonna send that to lane 3, so it's not gonna run through lane 2. So we're gonna have one dedicated lane 1 for the first group, and then lane 2 for the second group, and they come together in lane 3. So now, if I solo lane 2, we get our saw wave. So now I can make some kind of a patch with it. Let's add another wavetable maybe. Just trying to look for something cool. So maybe FM this with. It's quite harsh. Maybe no FM on that one, could be better. Let's just do a saw wave patch instead. That might be good to do. Add a filter and bring that cutoff down quite low, and I'm gonna add another envelope, and this one's gonna have a slow attack and quite a long decay time. I'm gonna bring that down a bit, and then a really long release time as well. And I can shape these if I want. And now I can also shape the envelope here, so give it a bit of attack time, bit of decay time, maybe bring that sustain down a bit, and then bring up the release as well. And now I need to map this to the cutoff, of course. Okay, it opens up a bit too much in the filter, so let's back that down a bit. And let's add some processing to this. So I'm going to do, I guess a little bit of, yeah, what should we do? Maybe the resonator would be cool. Although we are going to play notes with it, so maybe not do the resonator. Let's do a flanger. that's interesting. Maybe bring the mix down a bit, and let's add a reverb to this layer as well. Let's bring the mix up a bit. I think I want this layer to be quite wet, so let's bring the mix up a lot. And maybe it would be nice if we pitch this one up an octave. So let's try that out. And let's bring the other group back in and let's play a little bit and see what this sounds like right now. That's starting to sound interesting. I do feel the synth layer is a little bit high pitched, so let's bring that back down an octave. And I'm gonna add another oscillator. So I'm just gonna do a sample based oscillator here. Let's give it another good amount of voices. Let's do a couple of more voices than the other one. And let's just maybe even pitch this down another octave. Or let's keep this one at 0. Let's do this one an octave down. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, that sounds a lot more interesting than what we had before. I could still use certain things to FM things. So for instance, let's say I want to give these pads a bit more of a character that matches what you hear in these samples. So for instance, I could do that. I could say maybe use this one to FM something in the other group. So I could say, for instance, maybe FM the phase here. And that is going to affect the second layer, so let's bring it up a lot more. You can hear it gets a bit more high frequencies in that sort of like background pad. I could also do it here. Let's see what happens then. Maybe add it to the shift. And let's try and use this other one to FM this one. Oh, that's gonna do a lot. I can see that already. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure if I really like that, to be quite honest, but I could do it. It might be fun to do. Now, one thing I want to try out. I haven't utilized the loop modes yet on the samples. So what I could do is I could take these samples and I could, for instance, create a loop mode, a looping point. So, for instance, here, let's say maybe a... What should we do? A reversed or a ping pong? Might be nice to do reversed. Is it actually gonna play from the start and then reverse? Yeah. Okay, this is really gonna be a lot of fun. So this is something that would make this patch a lot better. Now let's see, we have this one. I need to see which one sounds best. Do I have? I really like that one. Now, I could also try adding another layer. Let's try and do it with another layer. So I'm going to create another group. Let's create another group. Group 3. In here, I'm going to create another sampler. And I'm going to create an output. And this output is going to go to lane 1. So it's basically just going to run through the same group as the first group. And in here, I'm going to add another sample. Let's do this one. So now we get basically that sample layered again with the rest of the stuff. So if I turn both things off, we just have that sample again. Now I want to make this a reversed sample. So I want it to play once from the start. And then when it reaches this last point, I want it to basically go back again to the start position. So we get this. We get that. Now, there's one thing I don't know if we can do, and that is if we can play the sample in reverse. I don't know if we can. I haven't found an option where it allows us to basically just click a reverse button so that it starts from here. I haven't found that. So I'm not sure if that is actually happening. But what we could do is we could offset the start position. So I could say, for instance, put the start position right here. And then it should play from the end. Now, one thing I wonder is if I bring this up all the way to the end. Ah, okay. Figured it out. So just bringing up the offset behind the loop marker means that it's going to start from here and play backwards. So now I'm going to pitch this up an octave. So we get this. Basically just going to play like that. So let's just bring these groups back. And now I have added basically just a reversed layer to our patch. So now we get this. Yeah, we get that higher pitch layer in there. I might actually bring it down an octave. It's a little slower. Now, we have a pretty cool patch now. Let's see what it sounds like if I play this. Okay, a couple of wrong notes in there, but I can hear that I definitely want to bring this back up to an octave higher, because it is a little bit too slow now, and I really want that kind of reverse sound to be part of it. So that is cool. Now, let's add a little bit of processing to the entire thing altogether. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit of chorus, just to give it a bit more width, and then do maybe a delay on top of here. So let's add a delay with maybe a... Yeah, what should I do? 2/4 maybe? Mix it in quite low. So the delay is nice, but the delay it makes it a little bit harder to play right now because I'm not necessarily playing to a particular tempo. So in this case, I might just replace it with a reverb and just add a bit of space with the reverb instead, which, to be honest, usually sounds pretty cool as well. So, there you have it. That is how we make a pretty interesting patch out of just a couple of samples and a few oscillators, because let's be honest, we just started with this sample, right? And that is what we made this entire patch from. We also took this one other sound, which was that one, and those two together made this patch. There you have it. That's how you turn samples into pretty interesting instruments pretty damn quickly with PhasePlant. So that was it for the second sound design video in this PhasePlant series. I hope you liked it. And let me know in the comments below what you want me to do for the next video. I'm actually looking at the comments and taking requests of people. And yeah, if you know something that you want to learn about PhasePlant, then let me know, and I'll try and do a video about it. So that was it for this video. I'm going to be back upcoming Friday with another live stream. So if you have some time to tune in upcoming Friday, then tune in at 8 PM Amsterdam time. That's going to be it. Look up what that is for your time zone. Now, if you want to be a member of my Discord community, you can find the invite link in the description below this live stream, where you can find a link to my Discord, where a lot of people talk about music production and you can basically be a part of. And you can use that to get feedback on your tracks, send feedback to other members, talk about music production related stuff, and basically all kinds of stuff that we talk about on a daily basis on there. So I am currently playing a lot with a new contact library that I bought, which is Shreddage 3, and I actually posted a community post on my channel today saying that I'm having a lot of fun with it, and if you guys want, I might do a live stream where I work with some distorted guitars. So let me know if you want to see that, and I might do a live stream about it. That was it for this video, and I hope to see you back soon. Peace!